the small town of Willowbrook, nestled between rolling hills and a shimmering river, lived a young man named Ethan Carter. He was ambitious, full of dreams, and determined to make something of himself. Since childhood, Ethan had always been fascinated by the idea of running his own business. He envisioned a cafe that would serve the best coffee and homemade pastries, a place where people could gather, share stories, and find comfort. But life, as it often does, had other plans. Just when Ethan had saved enough money to lease a small shop and buy the necessary equipment, a powerful storm swept through the town. The relentless rain flooded the streets, causing widespread destruction. Unfortunately, the shop he had chosen was heavily damaged. The landlord, unable to afford repairs, decided to sell the property. Ethan was devastated. Years of hard work and savings seemed to vanish overnight. His dream, once within reach, now felt impossible. A lesson from Grandpa defeated, Ethan went to visit his grandfather, Henry Carter, a retired carpenter known for his wisdom. The old man listened patiently as Ethan poured out his frustrations. After a moment of silence, Henry smiled and said, "Son, do you know how I became successful?" Ethan shook his head. "When I was your age, I wanted to open a furniture shop. I spent years perfecting my skills and saved every penny I could. Then, just as I was about to open, a fire destroyed my workshop. I thought my dreams were over." Ethan leaned forward, intrigued. "But instead of giving up," Henry continued, "I looked around and saw an opportunity. The fire had destroyed several homes in town, and people needed furniture. I started making small wooden chairs and tables, selling them at affordable prices. Before I knew it, my business grew larger than I had ever imagined." Ethan frowned. "But what if I don't find an opportunity?" Henry chuckled. "Opportunities are everywhere, Ethan. You just have to look at obstacles differently. Instead of asking, 'Why did this happen to me?' ask, 'What can I learn from this?'" A new perspective, Ethan left his grandfather's house with a new sense of purpose. He spent the next few days walking around town, observing, thinking, and searching for hidden opportunities. One evening, while helping clean up the storm's aftermath, he noticed something interesting. Many small businesses had been affected, and people were struggling to reopen. The streets were quieter than usual, and the local community lacked a warm, welcoming place to gather. That's when an idea struck him. Instead of renting a shop, what if he started a mobile cafe? He could buy a food truck and serve coffee and pastries in different locations, bringing the cafe experience to people instead of waiting for them to come to him. It would be more affordable, flexible, and a great way to connect with the town. Excited, Ethan spent the next few weeks researching, applying for permits, and gathering resources. He bought a used truck, renovated it, and transformed it into a cozy cafe on wheels. He named it Brew on the Move, turning setbacks into success. At first, business was slow. People were skeptical of a cafe on wheels. But Ethan didn't give up. He used social media to promote his cafe, offering discounts, special treats, and even partnering with local artists to host live music nights. Word spread quickly. Customers loved the convenience and the cozy atmosphere Ethan created. Soon, Brew on the Move became a favorite spot for morning coffee, weekend gatherings, and late-night treats. As his business grew, Ethan realized that the storm, which had once felt like the end of his dream, was actually the beginning of something even greater. Had he opened a traditional cafe, he might have struggled with high rent and limited customers. But his mobile cafe allowed him to adapt, move, and serve more people than he ever imagined. A message for the future. Years later, Ethan stood in front of a group of aspiring entrepreneurs, sharing his journey. "Life will always throw obstacles your way," he told them. "But every obstacle is an opportunity in disguise. It's up to you to find it." He smiled, remembering his grandfather's words. Now, as the proud owner of a thriving business, he understood the lesson more than ever. And so, Ethan's story became a testament to resilience, proving that sometimes the greatest opportunities come from the most unexpected challenges.
Moral of the story: obstacles are not the end of the road. They are opportunities in disguise. Success comes to those who face challenges with creativity and a positive mindset instead of giving up. Look for new ways to turn setbacks into stepping stones for growth and success.